It's Friday at 2 p.m. and this is when we do WLTW, what I learned this week, what you learned this week, what we all collectively have learned this week. I'm so excited. You know, usually if you ever like run your own business or run your own brand or just living your life, you know how you never take time to actually take stock of what you've learned, right? And so it just feels like one thing jams into another. So this is that opportunity for you to share what you learned with a group of people here. Usually we talk about like social media, theater, entrepreneurship, that kind of stuff. And I actually have a guest with me today. She's going to come on in just a second. But I'm Annie Schiffmann. I'm the founder of Downstage Media. And so I hope that you will share what you learned. You can either leave it in the comments below, or you can write your own post and use the hashtag WLTW. So, all right, so I'm going to introduce Deb Rabbai. Hey, Deb Rabbai.
Hey, hi Annie. What are you doing here in this beautiful leafy place?
Yeah, so so many of you know that I was a professional improviser for almost 20, like somewhere between 15 and 20 years.
She
exactly.
started when she was 1.
I started when I was, you're so kind.
Wow.
And every so often I get asked to teach improv skills to different companies and businesses. And of course I love doing that with Deb Rabbai. We were in so many shows together forever.
Yes.
And hey, everybody that's on,
Hi.
there's some really great people that are on here. So I want to say hi to you guys, Darian and Julia and Susan. Okay, so this is a time where we get to share one thing that we learned this week. So Debbie,
Yes.
you go. I'm going to give you full frame here. What is something you learned? Share it.
Full frame. Okay. Well, one thing I learned is it's really good to travel with your microphone. It is very valuable to have your technology with you, just in case at a moment's notice. Because when I left yesterday to come here, I didn't know I was going to be doing what I learned this week with Annie. So be prepared. That's the first thing. You always have an opportunity to be prepared. That's up to you. The other thing I learned was about accountability, and that there's a difference between making a promise, which is basically you can count on me to get this done, and an intent of, well, I intend to get this done, but I may not. And that's a very significant difference. So when you are intending to be able to do something, it doesn't mean that you're promising it, but if you promise it, that's your word, and that's what your reputation, and sometimes your business is built on your reputation. So all of those things feed into each other. Yeah?
Yeah, cool. All right, so little applause emojis if that one
Woo,
resonates
woo.
with you. Yes, Julia says that Annie knows all about traveling with microphones. Julia and I met at the Unbounce conference in Vancouver, and I had my mic because I was doing this kind of stuff then, and Julia and I had a lot of laughs about having our tech on us. And actually, so this week I heard from, my husband is an actor and a musician, as you know, and he was performing and had a big-time Hollywood director come up to him and wanted to hear some more of his music. And he could scramble really quick and get some stuff up there, but this is just a thing to say, like, be prepared. If you are auditioning, if you are doing anything where you are putting yourself out there, make sure that your YouTube channel, your SoundCloud channel if you're a performer, your Instagram account, your Twitter account, whatever it is that you want to use to highlight you has your best stuff on there, so that way people can find your best stuff really, really quickly. So I like to put up, many of our things are up on the Downstage Media blog, so you could go to downstage.media/blog and see a lot of what's happening. You're going to get all the notes from this show. It's going to be up on there. You'll get Debbie's 2 cents on there. So that'll all be up there for you. But yeah, make sure you got all your stuff, just like Debbie was saying with your tech, make sure you have all that, all of your accounts ready to go. It's just like having your headshots, just have that all ready. What else did I jot down? Oh, a couple of little things. So we usually do 3. So Debbie said one thing about accountability, and we also both talked about tech. And finally, did you see the new Instagram name tags? Those are great. Here's what I like. I was just at a conference in Austin, not the one where I saw you, Julia, but a different one. And there's people that you want to meet, but you may not necessarily want to give them your phone number or your email, because that may just seem a little bit too personal, but you do want to keep up with them on Instagram. And so this is a great way that you can just sort of scan the code that Instagram is making for you. So all you do is you go into your little settings area, and then there's a menu, and the second thing on the menu is name tag. So You can customize it a little bit. You can put a little selfie. You can use emojis. For Downstage Media, we use the colors. Orange and navy blue are the colors we use a lot. So I was able to use an orangey type color, but there we go. So what did you learn this week? You can either leave a comment below, or you can make your own post with the hashtag WLTW, and we can all learn from each other what we learned this week. So thank you all so much. Go to downstage.media/blog. You will find the notes from this there, and I will see you next week, 2 o'clock Eastern Time, WLTW. Bye, Deb.
And follow at Deb Rabbai.
Yes, follow at Deb Rabbai. Here, you know what? I'm going to put that right in the comments right this second.
You got it.
At Deb Rabbai. I should say Debbie Rabbai is an incredible, in fact, Debbie Rabbai is such a good improviser that when I was first starting out and I saw she was in the show Comedy Sports, I was like, that was the main reason I wanted to be in Comedy Sports. I was like, Deb Rabbai is in it. I want to see her work. I want to know what she does.
That's so nice.
I know. And then
So nice
when
to
I was asked to be in the show, I was like, oh yes, absolutely.
Thank you, Annie.
Yes, she's just an incredibly talented performer. Go to at Deb Rabbai, see the stuff that she's up to. It's so fun and she's so great.
Annie's the best.
See you guys.